Hello gorgeous, welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're new. If you're new, it means so much if you click that subscribe button. I do post on my channel every single Tuesday and Thursday, but today is gonna be another weight loss / fitness related video. I've been doing a ton of these lately because I'm just so passionate to film these types of videos, so I will link some of them down below. But today I'm going to share 5 things that I stopped doing to finally lose weight and maintain my weight loss. I like to talk a lot about things that I do on a daily basis or what I incorporate in my life in order to lose weight and how I did it, but I don't really talk about the things that I stopped doing or had to change in order to finally see that weight come off. I gained well over 20 pounds during this whole pandemic and all the lockdowns. I started getting into unhealthy habits, and I'm so happy to say that I was able to finally lose over 20 pounds and a little more than even pre-pandemic, and I give it to these 5 things that I will be talking about. Let me know what is one thing that you've incorporated or had to stop if you are also on a weight loss journey or you're just trying to maintain your weight loss. Let's just jump right into those 5 things. Biggest thing, and I think is the most essential if you are going into a weight loss journey or trying to maintain your weight loss, I had to change my mindset. This time around, when trying to become healthier, I wanted this to be a permanent thing and not just a quick fix, and I didn't want to view food or exercise as a form of punishment. I was over constantly being harsh on myself and judging myself and always feeling shame and guilt, and I really just had to tackle this unhealthy habit of my mindset and also going through phases of overeating and then feeling guilty and then restricting and then leading to overeating because I was restricting. I really wanted this to be a whole change physically and mentally, and just change my mindset when it comes to weight loss, when it comes to health, and when it comes to fitness in general. I wanted it to be a positive thing and have a positive outlook. I always looked at weight loss or trying to be healthy as more dreadful and like you're missing out when you're trying to eat clean and you're exercising. I really wanted to get that out of my mind and change that, because it really doesn't have to be a punishment. It doesn't have to be a chore to be healthy and live a healthy lifestyle and eat those healthy foods for you and exercise and move your body. It doesn't have to be viewed as something that you don't really look forward to. I wanted to change my mindset, also going away from being healthy for vanity reasons, just for looks reasons, and also just to be healthy for yourself, for your body. We're only given one body and we're in control of our own body. Our body is our vessel, and what we put into our body, if we are not taking care of it, it really is going to show in the future. You're gonna feel it, and it's important to give yourself that self-love, and a big part of self-love and self-care is taking care of yourself, both mentally and physically. I wanted to learn and really understand what is good for my body, what's gonna benefit me in the future, what's gonna make me feel the best right now in my body. That is kind of how I changed my mindset, because I do feel like, you know, there's so many different diets out there and it could be really overwhelming. It can also be really hard not to feel guilty if you do eat something that isn't, you know, quote unquote the best for your body. It's important to have a balance and also just kind of get rid of the things that were ingrained in our brain at such a young age, and to really just focus on health in general and nothing else. Just trying to take care of your body for you and making it fun and exciting and not something that you just have to do. Once you get your mindset on the right page, when you have a healthy outlook when it comes to anything fitness, health, weight loss related, that is going to set you up for success for your weight loss journey. Number 2, I had to stop mindless eating and using food as a reward. Whether I was watching TV, a movie, or watching on the computer like YouTube or something, I got in the habit of just eating snacks constantly and not even realizing how much I'm eating, because I would just eat it and then I would refill it up, and by the end, I wouldn't even realize how much food I was eating because I really wasn't paying attention. Usually, of course, when you are doing mindless eating, it's never like you're grabbing healthy food. It's always you're having candy bars or chips or chocolate, always just like those really unhealthy foods that end up triggering you to have more cravings, and then it's an ongoing cycle. And another thing I had a really bad habit of doing, and that really started in 2020 with this whole pandemic, is I started using food as a reward. So if I was happy, I would get food. If I was sad, I would turn to food. If I was stressed, I would turn to food. And food kind of became something that I was constantly turning to deal with all my emotions, whether it was good emotions or bad emotions. And when you're doing that constantly, that's what leads to a lot of overeating and eating unhealthy choices and just not sticking on to a healthy lifestyle. And I had to really stop that. And at the beginning, it was a lot harder because my portions had to be a lot less because I was overeating a lot. And I had to realize that just because I'm watching a movie or just because I'm watching TV every time doesn't mean I have to always have an unhealthy snack with me in order to enjoy what I'm doing. I don't always need to be eating. And when I'm going through different emotions, there are different things that you can turn to, and turning to food isn't going to solve the problem. So when I'm stressed or if I'm sad, I was turning to food to cope with those emotions. But instead, I've learned different ways to deal and manage stress and manage when I'm sad, whether that's going for a light workout or just going out for a walk and clearing your head or doing something creative that makes you excited and something that will take your mind off it. You don't have to turn to food and make that into a habit. A lot of the times we're always overeating. We eat way too much and we get way too full. Sometimes I knew I would get like a tummy ache and wouldn't even feel well after eating so much. I had to learn how to portion control, and although it was hard at the very beginning when you first start your weight loss journey, like the first week, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult, but when your body adjusts, it's not always gonna be difficult like that. You're going to get used to eating the proper portions, and you're going to get full quicker than you ever used to before your weight loss journey. I had to really change my mindset all around food in general and view food as fuel and energy, and eating good, healthy, nutrient-dense food that my body really needs. And a lot of the times, like I said, when I was mindlessly eating, I didn't even realize how much I was eating because I really wasn't paying attention. It was just something to do. A lot of the times, people just turn to eating when they're bored even. And that was something I definitely had to stop. And that made such a huge difference in my overall weight loss. Number 3 is I had to stop putting all my effort on exercise. I talked about wanting to get on this weight loss journey, honestly, since 2021, I believe, is when I really was trying, and I definitely tried and would fall off, and it was just a roller coaster. I never stuck to anything. Nothing was really working for me. I didn't have that good mindset either at the time, so things were just not sticking, and I was setting myself up for failure. But one thing I did do in August of 2021 to December of 2021, I did go back to the gyms. The lockdowns were lifted, which I didn't do for like a year and a half because of all these lockdowns, and I just really fell off the exercise train. When I did go back to the gym, I did work my butt off. I exercised and had really great workouts, and I was pretty consistent for those 4 months, and I would work out Monday to Friday, most weeks, 5 times a week. But I barely saw any weight loss or any sort of difference in my body in those 4 months, even though I was getting such great workouts at the gym for those 4 months. And the reason being is you cannot out-train a bad diet. So although I was exercising now and I was able to create my habit of exercising on a weekly basis, which is really great, I still didn't have a healthy, balanced diet. I also, a lot of the times, would eat okay during the week, and then when the weekends would come, I would eat whatever I want. I would overeat, and I would just have all the foods that weren't good for you, and I just kind of felt like, oh, it's the weekend now, so I can eat whatever I want. I'm just gonna eat everything that I've been missing out on and overindulge. And it was just a really unhealthy mind and an unhealthy way, once again, to go into my weight loss and also to become healthy, because I thought that I could out-train a bad diet. Exercise is really essential and really important, but to be completely honest, your diet and what you eat is really important. I would say it's like 80% to 90%. I didn't notice a difference in my body until I was able to get that under control and learn how to have a healthy, balanced diet and enjoy it and find things that are going to make me feel amazing. Although I do still exercise and I really love exercising now, and I found a regimen that has been working for me, I have to split it between exercise and diet, and putting even more emphasis, to be completely honest, on my diet. I was able to lose over those 20 pounds in just 2 months, so 8 weeks. And I worked out at the gym 5 times a week from August to December. So those 4 months, I didn't lose any weight. And when I finally buckled down in January and changed my diet, in 2 months, I was able to lose all the weight that I gained. And I didn't actually go back to the gym as well. In January, we were in another lockdown, so the gyms were closed. So all of my exercise was just home exercises in my house. And I had such great results that I ended up quitting my gym membership. And I just actually did a whole video on that, which I'll link above. But I am still not going back to the gym. I do all my exercises at home and I go for walks. And I was convincing myself that my body it is just the way it is. It's I probably have a slow metabolism. That's the problem. And I was just making every excuse that I could think of and just kind of accepting that this is the new way that I am, and this is just because, you know, this is how my body is. I realized that I wasn't just getting a hold on my diet, and I was putting too much effort and emphasis on my working out and exercise, and thought that that was going to outtrain my bad diet, which obviously that did not work. I had to really make changes when it came to my diet. I found a lot of alternatives to the things that I craved or that were unhealthy that I loved and thought that I would have to give up, because I knew that giving up things would not necessarily work for me. I knew that finding healthier alternatives was the way to go for me, because I just feel like when you categorize food as something that you can never touch again, it's just very tempting and you always think about it and you want it. So you have to find things and foods and make recipes that are just healthier alternatives to the things that you love. And I also really started to educate myself and learn about different ingredients, because I genuinely wanted to know what is good for you and what isn't good for you, because there's so many ingredients that I just never understood or really researched or looked into that are really not good for you. And I wanted to know for myself. I wanted to become healthier overall and understand what I'm putting into my body and what your body needs and what's not the best for you in the future. So those are just the things that I really changed and looked at when it came to my diet. I was able to sustain a healthy diet that I look forward to, and I'm not dreading the foods that I eat, because before I was definitely one of those people that viewed weight loss or being healthy as you just have to eat bland, boring, and the foods that no one wants to eat. Eating healthy does not mean that it's bland and boring, because of course you want to enjoy what you're eating. Number 4, I stopped eating hidden sugar. Sugar is lurking around everywhere. There are 275 alias names for sugar. So on your ingredients list, sugar is named so many different things that a lot of us probably don't even realize that word actually means sugar. You may be doing an obvious good job at avoiding those sugar-filled foods like cakes and candy and chocolate bars, because those are the obvious things that we know are full with so much sugar. But we don't realize that there is sugar hidden in a lot of foods that you wouldn't think there would be a lot of sugar in. Most of those processed, prepackaged foods are full of sugar, and we don't really take that into consideration. And actually, something I stopped doing was I have rarely bought processed prepackaged food for the last 3 months. I used to be one that goes shopping on a weekly basis and buy, you know, like prepackaged pizzas and just whatever there is, like stir fry that was like already done for you, and all these like oven microwave foods. And I decided to cut that out and just go for whole foods. And I have seen the weight shed off faster than I've ever had by making that change in my diet and getting rid of just processed food. Because like I said, those months from August to December that I said I was working out 5 times a week, on weekends was like a free-for-all. I was just eating so much, and a lot of the stuff that I was eating on weekends was processed frozen foods. I was cooking during the week, and then on the weekends I ate so much processed, prepackaged frozen foods, and it was not helping me get any sort of change in my body by doing so, and it was not giving me the results that I wanted. I'm going to list some common foods that contain a high level of sugar, and you may have known these products have a lot of sugar, or maybe you didn't even realize that these products are full of lots of sugar. Soda, non-fat fruit yogurt, condiments like barbecue sauce or ketchup, salad dressing, granola bars, bread, pasta sauce, fruit juice, flavored coffee. All of this is full of sugar. Sugar is an addiction, and it's something that every time I had such a sugar high-filled diet, I was always craving it, always thinking about. And when I started limiting my sugar intake, I don't get those cravings like I did before my weight loss. I was always having cravings, and now I just feel a lot more satisfied. I feel more full and content. Of course, I once in a while will get some sort of craving. We're all human. We all sometimes, want something, especially near that time of the month for girls. A lot of us tend to get cravings, but the amount of cravings I get compared to before is like day and night. It's completely so much less. And I feel like it has a lot to do because I'm fueling my body with the nutrients and foods that are good for you, and it makes you in turn not crave those highly processed ingredients that they put in a lot of foods and prepackaged and processed foods. It's important to really just, like I said, look in the ingredients and really know what you're putting into your body. By removing certain things or finding alternatives to certain things can really help change your overall health routine and can really allow you to stick on a weight loss journey and be successful. And the last thing I had to stop doing is getting a little movement on a daily basis. I just recently talked about this in one of my past videos, but I was rarely getting any movement. If you work at home or you work in an office even and you're just sitting all day long, it can be extremely hard to get daily movement in. If you don't make an effort, you're getting no movement on a daily basis. And that was me for the longest time. Even right now, if I pop up my step count from what it was in 2021 to what it is right now in 2022, I was getting such little steps on a daily basis, and I have done more than double already in the year of 2022. And that is because I make an effort now to get a minimum of 10,000 steps on a daily basis. Of course, sometimes I'm a little under and sometimes I'm actually over, and I do have my occasional rest day. I like to have a rest day once a week, but the amount of steps I'm getting this year compared to last year is so crazy. Even if you don't have time to exercise, but you're able to clean up your diet and you could just put more movement into your routine, you are going to see the weight shed off, or you're gonna maintain that weight loss and maintain that healthy lifestyle. Some of the signs that you are not moving enough include you're constipated, your joints are stiff, you always are out of breath, you're moody, you always feel sluggish and tired, your metabolism is slow, you have a hard time falling asleep, forgetting things, blood pressure's up, your back hurts, you're always hungry, you're sick a lot, and even your skin lost its shine. Majority of those things I mentioned is how I felt in my body, and that's why I knew I needed this change, not for looks and vanity reasons, but for myself to live a healthy, long life, because I always felt joint pain, I was constantly out of breath, I felt sluggish, I was moody, I felt low energy, and this is why in a lot of my videos I say it was affecting me mentally and physically, this new weight gain and just being in these unhealthy habits. I got into a lot of unhealthy habits during the pandemic, which led to this weight gain. And because I am changing my lifestyle and I'm doing more healthy habits, it just naturally led to this weight loss as well. So like I said, I always like to have 10,000 steps as just the goal to reach. Don't be so hard on yourself if one day you don't have the best day ever. I've learned that it's okay, every day is a new day. And sometimes you also just need to listen to your body. If you're genuinely exhausted and you could feel it, take that rest day. I've learned that it's important to listen to your body and sometimes not to overdo it and to over push yourself. You'll know when you need time to rest. Give yourself that grace. Some of the benefits of getting more movement on a daily basis include it boosts your heart health, strengthens your lungs, improves your concentration, strengthens your bones, builds muscle, stabilizes your blood sugar, lowers your blood pressure, improves flexibility, boosts your energy levels, and improves your mood. And I can completely attest to all of that because since getting more movement in and making an effort to move on a daily basis has made such a difference. And I honestly, even just walking and getting steps is so underrated. Those are the 5 things that I stopped doing to finally lose weight. This has made such a big difference. And I really just wanted to talk about the things that I had to change and that I had to stop doing because it just was not healthy. It was not working for me. And I think it's important to look at your life and incorporate healthy habits that are going to help you and also to maybe try and change and reverse bad habits that you have. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was useful. Thumbs it up if it was. I will link down below my fitness playlist. I have done a ton of videos when it comes to that lately, so definitely check out my channel. Don't forget to click the subscribe button. I do post every single Tuesday and Thursday. And with that being said, I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye!